We'll start with local news. 2 buildings involved in a partial collapse in Waseca on Wednesday are declared uninhabitable, but it could have been much worse. A section of 115 South State Street collapsed just after 1 o'clock Wednesday afternoon. Nobody was hurt, but several residents have been displaced. City officials inspected the building, and the next step is to shore up the south wall that has been confirmed not a safety hazard adjacent buildings or pedestrians. Building official Dan Murphy says the building was on the city's radar after inspections earlier this year resulted in 2 units being evacuated.
Yeah, first notice, received a phone call from the owner in January, towards the end of January, wanting me to look at the structure itself. Advised him to contact a structural engineer and a general contractor to look at what needs to be done to safe that wall so it wouldn't collapse. His report was that he was concerned for the safety of the 2 units at the rear of the building. So that would be the rear of 115 South State Street. 113, he did not have a concern for those units at that time, so that would have been March 14th. Because I asked him that question too, would that wall, if that collapsed, would that affect 113? And he said, you know, not to a point where public safety would be concerned. March 18th, I followed up with orders to remove those people for their safety. March 25th was the deadline to have the wall shored so that it wouldn't be any further movement or failure.
Okay.
And it was not shored at that time. The owner was being responsive, so he missed that deadline though. He was actively working on it when I called him, so he's like, yep, getting things lined up, got a contractor ready to roll. And in the meantime, that wall did collapse.
Murphy says a feasibility study will determine whether it's even possible to repair the building or if it needs to be demolished. Several residents say they've also aired concerns about the building's safety. Photojournalist Tony Bergeron spoke with several people about what they're going through.
I came back home and I noticed that there's like a big chunk of the building missing, more than before. And so I sat there for a minute and all of a sudden the building just started crumbling. And I wasn't even in park yet. I just pulled in and I was about to go upstairs because I wanted to take a shower.
We used that door to go inside. I mean, we had to walk in front of that building. Could have fallen on anybody. We have kids there. I have a grandson that comes there. He had just gotten there. That building could have fallen on him. It could have been dealt with a lot differently. Things could have been saved. I mean, I know they're just things, but our animals were in there for hours. The building could have fallen on them.
Everything I own, it's all up there. Everything for my son. I have a 2-year-old son, and everything that he had his whole life is up there. Well, I was too scared to go inside, so my brother and my best friend went inside to grab a few things. The main important thing that I wanted to grab was my son's ashes and my best friend's ashes. I feel like everybody made me seem like I was crazy. Like I was just kept making complaints and nobody was really listening to it. I don't know who it was on or whose fault it was. I just know that we were unsafe and we should not have been living there. Whoever's responsibility it was, we should not have been living there.